is cool.
Hi.
What's up, Nathan? The set list, yeah, no, it's hard to come up with because there's a lot of, it's a puzzle piece to make sense. There's a lot of logistics that go into it, all the way down to, you know, which mic stand is out there and makes sense to do the next song because of that. And if we do a different one, then we'll have to plan that transition to be smooth and all that sort of stuff. But also, this particular set list was tough because we had to work on it 8 or 9 months before the record came out because of how much planning goes into it with the lights and the video and everything that goes along with it. You know, our crew is like upwards of 60 people now, which is insane. So they all have to understand it. So we weren't able to release the record first and kind of get a feel for which song makes sense and which song, you know, you guys would be gravitating towards. So we kind of had to guess, but we're sticking to it and we like it. So
Awesome. Thank you.
you're welcome, man.
Good answer, Tyler.
Thanks, man.
I was wondering that as well.
I don't think that commercial success is anything we thought.
Was that you?
It's a new song I'm working on. It's gonna be a hit.
That's the chorus.
Yeah. Yeah, commercial success, I don't think that we knew what that even meant. So to write a song chasing it would have been silly. You know, a song like Stressed Out, I guess. When we were recording it, I remember the producer we were working on, his name is Mike Elizondo. And, you know, the song was written and we just needed to get some live drums on it and get some, you know, beef up the production. He says, now what's that lyric before the chorus? What are you saying there? I said, my name's Blurryface, like, it's gonna make sense, like the whole record, and he's like, alright. Basically saying, in his opinion, you know, this isn't gonna be on the radio because no one says random words that don't mean anything on the radio. But he, you know, he believed in us. And it wasn't shortly after that that I called him in my car as I was hearing that song play on my local radio station. Be like, remember when we talked about the word Blurryface being in a hit record? And it's like, yeah, we never would have. We definitely weren't chasing it, and we would not have put our money on it either. So, yeah, we don't want to set our sights on that, I don't think. But when it happens, it's a really cool feeling.
Tyler's would probably be Mad World.
That's so sad.
And mine would probably be the
theme song for Friends.
Yeah. Or what's that? What I want, you got
not to handle.
All notes, yeah.
What I want, you got, and it might be hard to handle.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good question.
Is that a cruise ship going by over there?
Yeah, I guess it's a cruise ship.
It's cool. Probably an eagle. An eagle would be a cool tattoo.
Oh, you mean like future tattoo?
Yeah.
She's talking about one you have.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe eagle or something.
I know what you meant. I was just being an idiot.
Maybe an eagle. Yeah, there's not.
I enjoy. We both got matching tattoos on stage one time. I have one behind my ear, and it looks terrible. But it was one that was like one of our first hometown shows, and we wanted to get tattoos on stage because it was something that we'd never seen before. And these local tattoo artists came, and I think they were really nervous to tattoo in front of, you know, a bunch of people, which we didn't anticipate.
We should have though. It was like 6,000 people.
Yeah.
They're not used to tattooing in front of that many people at once.
So they were in a rush and very nervous, and mine looks like a 4-year-old drew it, which I like, because it's a memory of, the early days, but the kind of moment where we felt like this was starting to get a little bit bigger, and it was. I mean, getting a tattoo on stage was. They were nervous, but we were also nervous. It's definitely kind of a rush, but I'll remember that moment forever.
Yeah, mine's Josh's. I also have one, so that's that. I got mine touched up.
Oh,
Josh
yeah,
did
yeah.
not. So, and that actually, I wish that I hadn't, because it's more sentimental that way. So.
Yeah, but yours is like here or something, so it's a little
Yeah, it's a little more.
prominent.
Yeah, but yours is like on your head. So.
That's true.
Now my pet cheat is quicker than Strudel than on his feet. I like it, mine ain't get going. I'm showing my faces and just setting the places I'm going.
That's good question.
Josh and I don't. Neither of us really come from musical families, though. Actually, so we're kind of the first, which makes for a very funny conversation with our family. And be like, "Wait, when you go up there and do that thing, how do you feel about it?" Like, they don't really know how to talk to us about what it is that we do, other than they think it's great. Obviously, I don't know. It doesn't. I don't think either of us can pinpoint a moment that someone specifically inspired us to play music. I think that we both kind of accidentally found it on our own. And then from then, we've always had the support from our family. That even though they don't quite understand what it is, like, yes, like I get behind that. And that really helped.
Yeah.
So.
Roaches are first on the roof. Behind me, I bet this artistic mindset will risk it. Ours is
I can confidently say that the Guns for Hands video is probably Josh's least favorite.
I got really claustrophobic with a covered in duct tape.
You did.
Yeah.
I remember we had to pull a little hole, so we put duct tape all around his face, right? And then he was like, "Dude, I'm not comfortable right now." Like, it started getting kind of anxious, and I remember pulling a little hole in your eye, and I'd be like, "Dude, you're gonna be fine."
I wasn't expecting to feel that way.
just
if
breathe
you
deep.
ever tightly wrap duct tape around your head, let me know how you feel. But there have been some interesting ones too. There's, each one has its own challenges. Fairly local one for me, there was like this fake snow that was happening, and it was like a synthetic plastic or something, and it just kept getting it all into my lungs, and I was just breathing it in, and I was
it
choking
was terrible.
on it. So that one was tough in a way.
All of them are really tough for Josh, because Josh went first on that Fairly Local video, and he picture breathing in plastic snow all the time. It would not be comfortable. And then it was my turn to go, and I got out there and they started doing the snow, and I said, "Nope, not doing this."
Yeah.
And they turned off the snow. So if you go back and you notice, there's snow for Josh's takes, but not mine, because I was just I refuse. But Josh being Josh, he just powered through it. And I guess that's why you kind of have maybe slightly less enjoyable video shoots.
I think that it switched for the jumpsuit video though, because I barely did anything, and you had to lay in freezing cold water.
Yeah, that was freezing. But then Heavy Dirty Soul, I was in a car, and it was nice. And you were outside in the middle of the road, and it was 4 degrees.
Yeah.
In a tank top. So yeah, no, we could go on forever.
House of Gold, we were cut in half.
That sucked. Modern medicine.
Yeah. I don't know if that answers your question.
I don't remember the question.
I don't either.
What was your favorite one?
Oh, yeah,
What's your
favorite.
least favorite?
Oh, okay. We've always said that actually, as a musician, the only the closest thing to manual labor that we do is a music video shoot. It is. I mean, if you think about it, going on tour, we play for, a couple hours a night where we have to dedicate all of our mind, energy, everything into that 2 hours. But in a music video, it's 12, 14, 16 hours straight of doing that performance. But not only that, like when we play in this bigger room, there's a sense of, yes, we're going to be performing, we're going to be like trying to convey emotion in a sense, and when I do my arm like this or whatever, I'm communicating to a large room. But there's some moments that you can kind of breathe in between songs when you feel like the focus isn't on you during a blackout. For a music video, the camera is so close to you that your performances need to be so intricate and so intense, and also to add it for 16 hours straight. It is easily the hardest thing that we do. So what's our favorite? We forgot it.
Yeah. I like to run and play drums.
You sing after you play drums. Just run.
Yeah, just run. Yeah.
I like games. I don't mean just like, hey, let's casually play a game. I'm talking like, let's understand the rules, let's all explain the rules, and let's all abide by the rules. And if we don't, then I will have a problem with that. Let's play a game. That's what I'm into. I'm not fun to be around.
Are you getting the new Smash Bros?
Huh?
Are you gonna get the new Smash Bros?
Ultimate?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to dive in. I don't know. There's so many characters, dude. I have to spend so much time to figure out who I'm gonna be.
That's good.
But
Thank you so much.
Do you play Smash?
I do.
Do you play Melee?
Yeah.
Who's your main?
Kirby.
Okay. Yeah, he's terrible.
Yeah, he's you gotta get used to him.
Yeah, no, I get it. Identity crisis. It's alright. You'll figure it out. We do that?
I guess it's a coincidence.
I think that at first, it was one of the songs that we wrote intentionally with the idea of like closing our show with it. But keep in mind, when we were writing it, the show we were closing in our brains as we were writing it was like for 10 people. So the idea that it works now still is mind-blowing to us. And I don't know if we'll always do this, but for right now it almost feels like if you've been to our show before, if you've been a fan of us for a while, you understand why we do it, and that we do it, and that if you're new, like I want you to look to see it and watch the people who've been to the show you why it is that we close it. And so it almost acts as this kind of like recruitment process to continue to grow people who are like, I know what it's like to go to this show, I know like how this thing ends, and it's really cool to watch people who have done it before show those new people, hey, like, this is how we do this. And so trees for me, that should be sussed out. Trees for me will always kind of act as this representation of our group of people, you guys kind of slowly growing with each show.
I think they've stayed the same for the past like 15 years. Do you have any new?
No.
New? Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I mean, Death Cab for Cutie, Cigaros, and then I don't know. Then there's just stuff that I'll put like on a playlist, but there's nothing that's like I listen to every album front to back. But like those two, I think we both do a lot. I don't know. Those two.